Hey, this is Noah, and today we have an interview with a very likely source. Let's be honest, like it's not really a surprise pick necessarily. We have here Drew. That's
That's
the
me.
whole intro. That's your whole introduction.
You may know me as a professional poster on YouTube. Um, Several of my music projects that I've worked with Noah before, and more importantly, the Circus of Drew.
Excellent. So today we're going to be interviewing Drew here about his latest and greatest single, "Anarchist
Well,
Love Song."
let's not call it the greatest yet. I got something in the works.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
I like to think that Anarchist Love Song will be my version of Tommy Wiseau's The Room, where it's just my most well-known thing.
Right.
It's the one people quote.
You bring a fair point to the table. So I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions today about your single, and
Absolutely.
maybe we'll branch off into some of the rest of the EP or album, whatever it ends up being. You know, you've only given us a little
Well,
bit to work off of, but we'll see how it goes.
you heard it here first, boys. I'm just gonna name drop the album. It's gonna be called "Why Are We Here?"
That's an
And
exclusive. That's a pretty good exclusive.
yes, sir. Well, people are already. I've heard that people are lining up out the door of your local Walmart to get their hands on the Circus of Drew, but they don't even know what the album is.
I was gonna say, if they're lining up at a Walmart to get the song, that kind of seems a little bit backwards, don't you think?
Oh, trust me, they're gonna be disappointed.
Oh boy. Okay. So, my people tell me that the album is in a genre called folk punk, and there's like 98% of people go like, my guy, what is a folk punk? Where can I buy one? Like, they don't know what that is. Tell me about
So,
it.
folk punk is acoustic punk, where punk is angry at everything. But to me, folk punk is just projecting the anger you have at society, everyone else, the world, but also yourself, and just projecting it out there
Okay.
and just letting everyone know that not only do you hate society, but you're the real Chad because you hate yourself too.
So what I understand is it's acoustic music that uses four chords, and you're shouting all the words.
You're shouting and you're just yelling about whatever's upsetting you.
Like almonds.
Well, if you were so inclined to make a song about almonds and how much they really bother you, then by all means go ahead.
I feel it. You know, I might write
I
myself an
tend to
almond
stick
song.
I tend to stick with the government because that's what really bothers me, and just other things in general.
Fair
Like
enough.
I learned that on average, you eat 8 spiders in your sleep per year. Now that's pretty messed up.
That is.
People want to talk about truly disturbing lyrical content. 8 spiders a year, man.
So let me ask you some questions and actually get into the proper interview before I want to shoot myself right quick. So, tell me, my friend, what inspired this track?
What really inspired this track was just I was going through a bit of a depressive episode. Not like I want to kill myself, but more like wow, because we got this whole thing going on, and I'm just like, yeah, life kind of sucks. Sorry.
You're fine. We have technology for that.
Because life does kind of suck right now. Uh, I'm just hanging in there. So I guess that's where Anarchist Love Song comes from.
Crippling depression in, except I can't say that, but we have technology for that too. So,
Oh, we're not allowed to call it the China virus. That's offensive.
tell me,
It's
who...
not. I don't get how that's offensive. It's not like we're calling it the karate sideways vagina flu.
I mean, it could be worse. But, tell me, who wrote the song? I
Who
already
wrote
know the
this
answer to
song?
that, but I'm asking it anyway.
Sorry, let me shut my window. There's the truck outside. Anyway, you asked who wrote this song.
Even though I already know the answer to it, but I'm asking it anyway.
Uh, Now I could give you an inspirational answer
Okay.
where society in the world, the way the world's going, man, they wrote the song. I'm just writing it down and transcribing it.
Amen, brother.
Really, I wrote it with a little bit of help from you,
So, I got another question here for you.
of
How
course.
how do you prepare to write music? How do you get in that like headspace?
So, in order to write a song, it's actually a bit weird. You'd
Okay.
expect me to just take some time out, prepare, go to the studio, have a coffee, and just the pen heats the paper. Really, it's nothing like that. I'll just be laying down or something. I'll be taking a shower, and I'll think of a couple words. I'm like, huh, how can I write a song around this? And actually, the album cover for the EP is what the studio looks like.
He's not wrong.
Just sodas and hot sauce everywhere, baby.
You know, you might even argue it's not even a studio. Might even
Oh,
just
it's
be
definitely a
a
studio.
trash pit.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
want to. I wouldn't know
you
because
know,
I wasn't there. But hey, maybe.
eh, you know how it is.
So I'd like to get into some of the lyrical content for the song, if you don't mind.
May I call a lawyer to advise me on whether or not I should answer these questions? Because
Uh,
there's some questionable content in the lyrics.
well, the issue is we only have so much on our time clock, so I don't know if it's
Oh,
gonna be fiscally responsible to try to wait for that. So,
all right, let's do it.
okay. What exactly do you consider civilized society?
Civilized society. It's what we're living in, man. You know, you do the same thing for 8 hours every day, making the chump change while your boss gets richer off you. Like, you ever think about how messed up the concept of a job is? You're helping some other person achieve their dream instead of working on your own.
You bring a fair point to the table.
Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting a serious answer.
You know, it's pretty,
Everything
pretty
around us
real.
is dictated. You got cameras on every street light, chips on our kids' heads so they don't get lost. Society is just filling in the cracks, man. And
Amen, brother.
that's what's going on.
So, we'll go on to the next question here. What do you feel about the government? Maybe that's
Well,
a broad question.
I feel a majority of the government is a bunch of old, out of touch people pretending to run the world. I really feel like there should be limits on how old you can be if you want to be in the government. You
Okay.
know, I don't want to get political, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg is 98 years old. She has a scare where people think she's going to die every other week. Uh, when it comes to firearms, you hear the argument that, well, the founding fathers didn't think about this getting this technologically advanced.
Hmm.
And I feel like we should have the same rule. Like, if they want to pull that, we're going to pull that with people. There's no reason a 100-year-old woman should be trying to make laws about the internet when she was a baby when people were out in covered wagons trying to settle the West.
Honestly, it's. I almost added to that, and I was like, wait a minute, no, I'm not allowed to do that. Let me just move on. So, So, there's the line in there. It's like, you and me, my best friend. You,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Who is your best friend in the context? Or is it like an allegory for like a hypothetical idea? Or is it like a literal person? Is it Ian?
Well, it's you. It's Ian. It's the person who is listening to this interview right now. My best friend are my fans.
That's a real patriot right there. Mm.
Oh,
Man of the
yeah.
people.
You got to be nice to the fans. You hear these celebrities just pooping on their fans.
Nice save.
And you don't betray the people who fund you, dude. Otherwise, you'll end up like well, I'm not gonna name them.
I was gonna say, I think I know what you're gonna say, but we'll just move on. We'll just move past it. It's not a thing. So this isn't so much like a question about the song, but you mentioned the like we'll take over local airways. Like what are some the kind of local stations you got around you like what kind of stuff do they play?
Lots. So I live out in farmland. All there is just country and gospel, and I take the bus everywhere, and I just hear "Little Red Soul, Cup, fill me up,"
Oh
and
gosh.
whenever I hear country music, it does something to me.
Blood
Where
pressure
I
rises a
just
little bit.
want to strangle someone. You know how they say God is in all of us? When I hear country music, the devil is inside me. He is a little voice that tells me, go up to that old man that is driving the bus and just stab him with your pocket knife and change the radio.
My buddies at work have been trying to get me into country music, and like basically it requires music that's like intersecting with other genres of music I listen to. Now it's weird, okay? Country rock, it starts to
Bro
get into
country.
territory. But if you do country rap, I will actually shoot somebody. AIDS.
That is... Now listen,
Oh
I'm
my
not
god,
going to get
don't do
racist or
this.
political, but country and rap should be like this. Never connecting.
Okay. I was thinking for a second though that you were gonna actually defend it, and I was about to be like, bro, we can't be friends anymore.
I thought you were going to stop me because I was going to go on a racial rant.
No. If you did that, I wouldn't have stopped you. I'm gonna be honest with you, because that's your own
Real
demise that you're digging. You are dropping yourself into that coffin, and we're gonna be the ones lifting you and dancing. Regarding the local stations, hypothetical, let's paint a picture. Your songs get on the radio. Around where I'm at, you could actually do that. There are local radio stations that'll take your tracks and play them. It's cool.
Huh.
If you got radio stations that play your favorite songs, as you say in the track, would those include your own songs? Are you a fan of your own
Listen, man,
music?
it doesn't matter if I'm a fan. It's like that old boomer joke. I don't always listen to Jimi Hendrix, but when I do, so do my neighbors. Yeah.
God. That
Or
hurt to hear come out of your mouth.
Metallica's my neighbor's favorite band, whether they like it or not.
That reminds me
I'm
of
that.
It reminds me of a comment I saw on this one rap song. It was like, I listen to this song so much, now my neighbors love it. They threw a brick at my window just so they could hear it better. And I was like, okay.
Oh, I hate it.
Like, it's
I
like
hate
an
it.
adaptation of that joke that you made, but like, it's a little bit more clever, I guess. But anyway, as you were trying to say, I was cutting you off.
No. You gotta play whatever you want, man. If you got the licenses, play it.
I feel it.
See, it's weird. Because you'd expect me... It's really weird when I'm coming up with a song. You'd expect me to be listening to, like, punk rock, folk punk, whatever. I was listening to pop music when I came up with this. Specifically, Sleepwalking by Chain Gang of 1974.
Jeez. Maybe listening to stuff that you hate will make the music
Oh, I did
more.
not hate it.
Oh, you don't
I was
hate it. So it was just like, oh, that's
it
weird.
was on, and I was writing some words.
Dadgum.
Alright.
Which, speaking of artists,
Oh,
is
keep
there any
talking.
other punk rock groups that you like? Like you pointed out some of the ones in the lyrics, like the,
Clash, Sex Pistols.
yeah. Like what are name some other ones that could have made the cut for the line that you could have swapped in, I guess, if you know what I mean.
Well, the problem with that line in particular was trying to get bands that fit within the margin, and I didn't want to change the font. Uh, we got no
You didn't
effect.
want to change the font, like you were typing it out on your computer. You're like, oh man, I don't want to make all the font different sizes, so we gotta find bands that fit this. Not rhythmically, just like make sure it doesn't bleed over into the next line. Come on, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. That's ridiculous,
Fear,
but it's like
no
great.
effects. Social Distortion, the Ramones. Oh god, I sound like a boomer.
Social Distortion's a pretty good name. I like
It
that.
really is. That sounds like the next Pokemon move.
You know, and like Social Distortion, like I don't mean to like divert from you, but like that's such a good name because like if it's about like society, it's like there's a distortion in society, but distortion's also guitars. So haha, it works. Yay.
I'll give you a few more. Jane's Addiction. The biggest one my biggest inspiration is Pat the Bunny, Wingnut Dishwashers Union, Johnny Hobo on the Freight Trains, whatever projects he's worked for. He's one of few artists that like I've actually followed.
And I know where he lives now. I was waiting for you to follow up with something like that. Like, I followed him back to his house.
It's funny though, because I'm pretty sure he's done with the folk punk and music in general. His last album was basically about how stupid anarchy and punk rock is.
So he's like meta anarchist, where he's anarchy against anarchy.
I guess so. It's just kind of endearing to me.
It's kind of funny. I've been listening to a lot of the stuff that my drummer listens to. He's really into like heavy metal and like the hardcore, like just
So like
ripping
Porno Grind or Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, actually, that wasn't a joke. That's real. He likes that kind of stuff for the most part, anyway. Like he doesn't like it's a little bit of that, but like most of the like normal stuff. But he introduced me to a band called the Distillers, and that was really cool.
Distillers is pretty good.
Like their song "Drain the Blood" is like all over my playlists now. But it sucks because whoever uploaded the song, they made it louder than what YouTube normally does. So like I'll be listening to like like a Linkin Park song on the playlist, or like I Fight Dragons, and it'd be like it's cool, it's vibing, and then that song comes and it's like ah, and then it's over. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to work. People at work are like, you gotta like take that song off the playlist. It's too loud. The customers are gonna hear it. It's like, but they're not allowed inside, and they're like, yes, they can hear it outside. I'm like, okay, whatever you say.
See, I like that. But you know what I say about customers? Screw them.
Which,
I feel like everyone who works in the food industry eventually gets jaded.
that
Like
yeah, I don't necessarily disagree, but I see it.
at some point, like Walmart greeters are just gonna be go yourself as you walk in.
You know,
That's gonna be me when I'm 80 years old and not retired.
hope yours
'Cause
get cancer.
I put all of my chips into folk punk, baby.
You're like 80 years old still, like in front of Walmarts with a guitar and like the guitar case open, just like ah!
Told you you're not allowed here. Screw you, it's a free country, man.
That'll be $9.95. Anyway, honestly, with all that in mind, do you actually practice social distancing?
Well, here's the thing. I was practicing social distancing before this whole happened. I don't like people.
He was ready. He was a prophet. He
I
predicted
was
this.
ready.
He knew, or maybe he didn't know, but he was prepared.
Y'all laughed at me, called me a weirdo, an introvert. But you know what? Who's not exploding now?
You know, he's got it.
Ugh.
Uh, which actually, on that same line in the song, you know, you talk about might even pirate a movie. Did you? Did you actually pirate a movie?
No. Well, technically, yes.
I'm
I've
I'm
been
very interested
stealing.
to hear where this is gonna go.
I've been stealing an ex-girlfriend's Netflix account.
Oh, so it's like the same thing.
Yeah, I've been watching Breaking Bad.
You know,
You know,
did you
it's a
hear that?
show.
I don't mean to cut you off, but did you hear that? Like the, I think the head of Netflix basically said that they're okay with that.
No, they're not,
Really?
because I can't use it if she's watching something.
Well, that's just because of the package.
Ooh,
You can get a better package that lets you have multiple people viewing.
damn.
I'm not a sponsor, I promise.
I was gonna say, give me your freaking sponsorship code. I'll take some free Netflix. Netflix,
If you want
sponsor
to
me.
sponsor me, I'm cool with that. But at the same
Give me your
time,
Hulu login, Noah.
listen. The last time I gave you my Hulu login, Indian children from Russia took my stuff. I'm not doing it again. Well, actually, they might have just been using a VPN. Was that actually you this whole time? Were you stealing my movies?
I use a VPN, but I haven't had your Netflix login or your Hulu login for a while.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, which speaking of breaking the law, how do you feel about the police? Maybe that's a question I shouldn't ask. Maybe I should just not actually.
So I grew up in Florida, specifically around the Miami-Dade area. The cops there are the most corrupt, sycophantic sons of you'll ever meet. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. In the 80s, the entire police department was shut down because they qualified as a gang organization.
Okay.
It's just horrible.
So I take it you're not a fan.
Pardon my language, but heck everything about the police in Florida.
In Florida, at least.
Yeah. The ones up here don't give me too much of a problem, but I haven't started much of a problem either.
Fair enough. Well, anyhow. I don't have a whole lot of other questions in that regard. Do you have anything else you'd like to plug about the song?
I feel like the song is much better done on drugs.
You're
I'm
probably
not
not wrong.
endorsing drugs.
I wouldn't know, I guess, but like,
But if you drop some acid and just follow the rainbow, that is the Circus of Drew, go down that little rabbit hole. Let me tell you something. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind, baby. You're gonna perceive colors on a whole new way and taste sound.
dadgum.
No, just sit back, relax with a cold one, and just enjoy the Circus of Drew.
All right. Well, do you want to plug your socials?
Yeah, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. I don't know my name, so if you could just add that in post.
It'll be in the description below.
Yeah. Check out the Jack Class and show on Podomatic for re-uploads in real time. And you know what? Check out possibly Drew on YouTube. It's my good friend.
They're very well acquainted, you could tell.
We're very well acquainted. It's like we're the same person.
Anyhow.
And shout out to Noah, of course.
Yay, I got a shout out in my own video! Oh my god!
You're moving on up in the world. You didn't even have to ask me for one.
Kind of a big deal. Anyway, so thank you for tuning in to this video. You'll be able to check out Drew's album, Circus of Drew. Oh my god, what is the name of the album? Why Are We Here? There we go. You'll be able to check out Why Are We Here in... What's the release date?
Days.
I don't think he has a release date. It's like eventually.
Release dates aren't punk rock enough for me. Just
Yeah.
check out my MySpace. You'll see it eventually.
Your MySpace. Dude, we gotta
And
put it on
that's
Napster.
another punk
My
rock
guy.
thing.
Can we put it on
I
Napster, please?
Napster.
Yeah, bro. You gotta do Napster.
Listen, if you go to Napster to pirate my music, you have every right to pirate it.
Like, all holds are off if you can manage that. Like, do you? People will be going back to the 90s to steal your music. That's how meta it would get.
Back to the 90s is a song name.
Write that down. Anyway, so you'll be able to check out his song on Napster in eventually. So, thank you for tuning in. This is Noah. That's true.
If you want a sneak peek, try to boot up one of the old Quake servers and get on the voice channel. You know, maybe you'll hear
you
me
know,
sing.
you know what? You know what? That's gonna be the launch party. We're gonna go on Quake. Get people to join. It'll be great. All right.
Well, they say you're only as old as you feel.